Hi guys,
Hello.
It's Matt and Joe with VMP's Tuning Tuesday, Season 2, Episode 44.
That's
I guess
what it says.
I done typed it in myself. So right now we have a Black Friday deal going on.
All of it.
There's money off food, if you've been waiting to buy food, there's money off just about everything on the website. So they're fairly certain there's something you can't get.
Prices too low. If you guys that watch the Jeffrey and Stuck Outlaw videos that died laughing
Yeah, so that affects the last bit.
We definitely, the tuning department has definitely already been
So 20% off APCO, BMR, Mustang, GPS.
Up to.
Sorry. So you got to put the APCO in there. BMR, Mustang, GPS, Calmer, which is transmissions, Dynatech, DSS, FIC injectors, FTI, G-Force, J&M products, JLT, Cooks, LTH headers, Mantic clutches, McLeod clutches, MGW shifters, Nitrous Express, SCIDA, UPR, VMP, and Carrie's raising her hand. What's up, Carrie?
Let it be known that the sale price reflects when they put it in the cart. So what they see there, they're not seeing the sales price. But once it's in the cart, the sale price will show and the discount code will show up on there.
Interesting.
Okay. So yeah, you have to put it.
So don't look at the website and go, this price is terrible. You got to actually put it in the cart and
to see the real price.
To see the real price.
And
price is too low to advertise.
And one of the big sales is we have 20% off 10 units.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Gen 3R.
that's right. 20% off Gen 3
as well
Rs.
as Gen 3 and 2R.
Yeah. So if you want to buy a blower, now's the time of year to do it. You won't get a lower price than you will.
And you want to have us tune it, now's the time of year to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do it.
So with that, questions.
All the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Come at us.
There
Except for
we go.
super factual guy. I don't know if he watches anymore. He'll come at us. He'll come out with some craziness.
So should we talk Mod Nationals? Did we already do a Mod Nationals?
We did
episode?
Mod National. I think we did.
Yeah. Would it be last week? Yeah, I guess it'd be last week.
Yeah.
We had a weekend now, so.
Well, we had the Manic Clutch on last week.
That's right.
So we didn't really talk Mod Nationals, I guess. We talked about before Mod Nationals.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about what happened at Mod Nationals.
So I slowed my truck down to go 1090s and to do it consistently, and it did that.
We raced mini bikes in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Did hood rat stuff.
And then it didn't rain, and Jeremy decided to make his own rain.
So sad. Poor Jeremy.
Yeah. So there's lifting the heads, and then there is like what he did. So.
All right, we got our first question. Alpha Matter, hi guys, just a quick question. 91 Bustane tune to E85 tune, how much horsepower difference? Depends entirely upon how stupid you're getting with the boost on the car. If it's
how much power you're making to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
If your NA supercharged, whatever, turbocharged.
We are definitely willing to get more aggressive on E85 than we are on 93 and Bustane, but
yep.
if we still have concerns that it's a stock engine, we'll still not get too crazy with it. So I guess in summary, it really depends on a kind of a case-by-case thing. Consult whoever's tuning the car and ask them how much gain between 91 and Bustane and what they'd be willing to do on E85.
Yeah. If you're naturally aspirated, you're obviously not going to pick up 100 tire going to
91 and Bustane on an NA car is almost everything you'll get on E85.
If you're boosted, you might pick up 100 tire. It just depends.
If you increase boosties, definitely.
All the pressures?
All the boosties.
Poor boy 313, is Chucky going to get a Gen 2R? We have talked about it. I don't know.
I guess it depends on where that car goes from a build process. So
I don't think
it's kind of whatever you guys want to see. You just got to be vocal with what you want to see.
I don't think we've run out. We haven't done the nitrous thing.
You haven't seen it to finish yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
If there's not rods on the ground, it's not done yet.
Well, no, I like to keep Chucky alive.
I think everyone would.
I like to keep Chucky alive for a long time.
I just like having fun.
But we're not done with the nitrous. I am not. The car is not gone as fast as I feel it should go on nitrous. So once that accomplishes, I did at Mod Nationals, as I explained to you, figure out what was going on. I found in the tune by accident what was going on, so that has been fixed. So we'll get it back out and
do the thing.
And
then AKDMB, talk about the new blower. So it's
carries
a
over there dying.
It's a 2.65 liter supercharger Eaton TVS rotor pack. Same as what's in our Gen 3, Gen 3R.
So it's kind of like a Gen 3R flipped upside down with a whole bunch more intercooler and front feed. And so we
What the fuck is going on over there?
so we took it and we flipped it around and then we rotated it and then we put a whole bunch of intercooler on top. I mean, that's kind of what we did.
Yeah, so multiple intercooler cores.
And it does all the things.
2.65 liter. It makes boost pressure. It has a giant inlet compared to some of the other 265s out there, namely the Roush Ford Performance Blower.
It has all the inlet.
All the inlet, all the intercooler.
And that means all the horsepower capability.
Yeah, at the end of
Because
the day,
as
'cause we
we-
already know what the 265 rotors do.
I'm going to say, at the end of the day, if you feed a 2650 rotor pack, it will do what it needs to do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about feeding it. And
Yeah.
we took care of that.
Yeah,
And then cooling it down.
exactly.
So it's definitely got 3 intercoolers in it. So I'm pretty excited for it.
It's going to be fun.
So, and then the other question that we've been getting a lot of, I saw on the website, is people wanting to know if it's reverse compatible to Gen 1 and Gen 2s. And I'll put this out here by saying we have not tried it yet.
Yeah.
In theory, it will bolt on.
In theory, the bolt pattern's the same.
Yes.
But we have not tried it yet.
We have not tried it. If you would like to purchase one and bolt it on,
You
and then
can try
tell
it
us whether
yourself.
it works, I would be perfectly fine with that.
Kind of like the GT350 stuff. We know it bolts on,
Right.
but go make yourself a kit.
So I think I wanted to address that because I saw that getting asked a lot. Like, we didn't think that was going to be as much of a thing as it was. There was a lot of people like, will this fit, will this fit, will this fit? And I'm like,
It's like,
I don't
guys,
know.
we already make a blower that fits that stuff.
Well, I think people are just excited about the front feed and the intercooler setup. And
Yeah, I understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, we haven't really found the limit of Gen 3R. What's the difference between Whipple Gen 5, Odin, other 2.6 TV, other than 2.65 versus 3 liter?
They're two very drastic. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
so
not
like
just the size. Yeah,
globally, it's just completely different. So I'd say we'll do this. The only similarity is that it's front inlet and
that it's
that it's
a
blow up
It's a
configuration.
blow up configuration. That's really the only thing that's kind
And
of in
that's
common.
the only reason you guys are seeing that is because of the packaging limitations. You can't really get a good sized intercooler on doing blow down like we have in all the other stuff. That's not to say you can't make it work, but it's just really tight from a packaging standpoint with DI. So the whole front feed blow up configuration is kind of a function of what can physically happen within that engine bay confinement, and the fact that we know that we can get it to work well.
I mean, if Ford started coming with all cowl hoods on stuff, we could probably get a lot cooler.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's see. But to finishing that one up is, yeah, there's not a whole lot in common. They're completely different rotor packs. They're different sizes, as said.
Yeah, I'd say start at the similarities and just assume everything else is different. I want to throw a 2013 GT500 intercooler pump in my 2012 GT500. Other than the wiring, will it just bolt up? Yes, Benjamin Ford, it will. We make
I don't
a
think
kit
the
for
wiring's
that.
even all that different either.
It is completely different connector.
Well, I meant the connector's the same, but I mean he's not gonna have to change the whole damn thing.
No, we make a adapter harness.
Right.
Oh, you're ringing and I'm going off.
Yeah. Well, mine's on silent.
Someone's using my sun pass right now.
Ooh.
Right?
What's up?
Right?
Yes.
Moses Vega. Hello, guys. Sorry, late to the party. Any Black Friday deals on Gen 3 Supercharger? I have a 12 GT500. Yes, 20% off.
Yes. You heard that.
Go do it.
All the percents.
Credit card, swipey.
Yes. And we do Affirm as well.
Yep,
We have
Affirm is up there as well.
If you don't have the credit card thing,
So you have PayPal.
PayPal
in-store
credit.
pickup cash.
PayPal credit works great because it's 6 months no interest
Yeah.
on purchases over $100. Ask me how I know.
Mm-hmm.
And so PayPal credit, whatever, do it.
What's needed for flex fuel tune, E85 tune on a 17 GT? Do you offer them? So if you're stock manifold, you don't really need anything other than the tune. Flex fuel for 15 to 17 GT, we don't currently offer it. Will soon.
If you want to run a true 85 tune, you can.
Yeah.
We usually recommend you throw an injector on it, something like an LU47. You don't have to,
I'd
but
say if you're stock manifold, you don't have to. It's not a bad
I would
idea to put
prefer,
47s in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm boosted with stage 2 Procharger, QG Greer. I'm boosted with a stage 2 P1SE Procharger at 10 pounds. Are long tubes worth the buy? Or would Mac Cat deletes do the trick? 16 S550 M6.
in my experience, the cat deletes in no way, shape, or form can I condone making your vehicle illegal due to EPA certifications. But asking for a friend
On an off-road used vehicle.
on an off-road used vehicle that never had a VIN number to begin with, and you built yourself, the long tubes, or I'm sorry, the cat deletes will get you 85% of the way there.
Agreed.
Long tubes will make a little bit more, but a majority of the power gain is from removing the restriction that the cats cause. So whether
Especially
or not,
with that kit.
yeah, and so basically saying if that combo, let's say that combo picks up 30 wheel, 25 of that, 20
because it's not
20
having
to
to go on cat
25 of that
protection
is
anymore.
going to be the cats and the cat protection, and the other 5 to 10 is going to be for the long tubes. So that's up. Whether or not it's worth it is up to you to decide. Yes, they'll make more. They will not make that much more. Most of the power is from the cat deletes, and they will sound the same. Long tubes, generally speaking, do not change the sound of the car. Taking the cats off in general will, but
Yeah, specifically regarding Coyote shit.
Yes.
That already has a kind of like a mid-length.
yeah, they're going to sound
or
about
header.
the same as well.
When I do cold starts on my car, it feels really bad and sluggish, like it's dropping a piston. I have to give gas so it stops. So
That could be the negative
it's
timing.
dropping a piston every rotation of the crankshaft in the bore.
I'm wondering if
I-
he's talking about the negative spark
it-
timing. That
It sounds like it's lean cold start
there is that.
because it's maybe E85. I don't know. Reach out to your tuner.
But you're my tuna.
If I am, then reach out to me. It's that simple. Brian Saxton, what would put on the best power, ported 18 intake or ported Boss? We've already done that test. We have a couple videos on it.
Yep.
I defer to the videos.
Watch them. They're worth
Yeah,
it.
watch them. There's a lot more answers than just that one in
Yes, because there's also area under the curve and things of that nature.
there. Yeah. So Bossman 12 Boss set 20
20%.
off the entire kit or just Supercharger. So that's head units only at 20% off.
But you're still getting a discount off of the kit. We
Yeah,
have
we still have
discounts.
discounts on the kit.
Kids are 10%.
So
Yeah,
the entire
kits
kit's are 10%. There you go.
Yeah, so head units, so if you already have a Roush blower on a 5 liter, or you already have one of our blowers on a 5 liter,
Or you have a GT500.
or you have a GT500, the head unit itself that you need to swap is 20% off. And then if you need supporting mods like injectors, throttle bodies, cold airs, that's a separate amount off.
I'm laughing. Daniel Sinclair.
Oh, Odin supercharged the truck. Sell me Gen 3 off yours. Good talk. Thanks, Joe. Maybe. I'd have to talk to Justin about how much he'd want for an Odin for the truck, and then.
But I'll speak on behalf of Joe, and that he will gladly sell you his Gen 3 for $500.
Wait, what?
But only if you call him after 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I finally met Daniel, actually, out at Mod Nationals.
Oh, cool. I was busy not doing a whole lot and then doing a lot at the same time.
You want this one?
Let's see. What is it? What is this? Dale Edinger?
Edinger.
Edinger? Dale Edinger. Same rotor pack as the Edelbrock 2650. So you're talking about actually all of them, yes. They all use 2650. Specifically, the Odin does as well, yes.
Yeah.
They all use the Eaton 2650 rotor pack.
Exactly.
Obviously, the inlet is much larger than the Edelbrock.
Much larger than the Roush, much larger than
the
Ford
Roush.
Performance.
Yes. So we kind of, we'll admit we're a little late to the market, but we kind of sat back and we watched what everyone, I can't say made mistakes on, but we kind of took the shortcomings
Out of other kits.
out of other kits. Yes, we fixed all of the things that could have made them better, and we kind of took the best of both worlds, kind of thing.
So Slashback Rectors. I did see the new smaller monoblade for GT500, or I guess he said I didn't see because we don't sell the new smaller monoblade for GT500. Only the large. Is it available yet? No, it's not available yet. We're still working on the 137. We do have the 163R working on cars that, even cars that don't have cams, and they seem to be working well.
Yep.
And then we're still working on figuring out a smaller throttle body for the guys that kind of want that in between. But right now, the 163R works fine.
Actually, it works really nice.
It does.
I can't really. It started off a bit rocky when we were testing them, but actually, it's come a long way. I'm pretty happy with it.
Then we have Tommy DuPaul. I recently purchased an 18 ported intake manifold, 93 octane tune, and JLT cold air intake. Can you guys write up a 91 or 87 tune for when 93 isn't available? Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
Just
that's
shoot us an
easy
email.
stuff. Yeah, obviously get with whoever wrote it.
Yeah.
If you know who
Just
that is.
respond to your ticket.
Respond to your ticket, and whoever wrote it should be able to hook you up.
And now we wait.
And now,
So
let's see if Chris can copy and paste faster.
is that it, Chris?
That's it right now.
What?
Wait, it's 1:52. We got 8 minutes left.
That's fine. We can do this.
Oh, Gaby.
Jesus. I don't know what we're gonna do with the other 7.
Oh, bother.
Anyway,
Poor
what is
boy.
this?
How did you come up with the name Odin? So there, are we gonna do a video on that? Because I don't want to spoil anything if we do
Yeah.
a video on it.
There's a video coming.
Okay, so there's a video coming on that. Just keep an eye out.
It was Brian's idea.
There was a lot of thought process behind the name, the logo we put on the front of it, all that stuff. It wasn't just by happenstance that stuff happened.
It started with everyone just writing down what we should call it on a piece of paper and putting
Yeah.
it in the suggestion box.
Exactly.
Somehow, some of the best ideas in the world have started that way.
In a suggestion box.
In a suggestion box. So I'm pretty happy with it. I like the name. I like the meaning behind the name. It works well.
Yeah.
And so far from all of our testing, it looks like it's going to do what it's supposed to do. So I like that.
And then we have Dylan Wheeler. How do you guys build superchargers? So there's actually a video on our YouTube channel about that.
Yeah, I would say there's a big one where where Justin was just at Magnuson, and they showed the whole the
whole
CNC
from the
process, loading the castings, loading them into the.
To Miguel.
Yeah, that's
My
right.
man Miguel over there. Yeah. So
Yeah, they showed the raw castings. They showed putting it in the machine, how they machine it, how they assemble the rotors, everything. It's actually all there. It's a pretty interesting video.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that they're all the way on the other side of the country,
Yeah.
but
At least they still in the U.S.
yeah, at least yes, they're definitely in the U.S. for sure. Just it'd be nice if they were in I don't know, the backyard.
Yeah.
We just walk over there like, hey.
How's it going?
Let's see.
And Dan?
And Dan.
And Dan.
So I'm excited about the Odin thing. It's been in the pipeline for a while. Obviously, you guys were working on it when I started. So.
Yeah, and that was March.
Yeah, March, the very beginning of March. So it was a lot of.
It's been a long time coming.
It has. We've had some revisions and we've changed some things and
Found other things and did things.
found yeah. So I'm pretty excited about it.
I will say we've, at least from the blower standpoint, we've gone out of our way to try and make it as easy to install as possible.
Yeah, I'll say that it hasn't been
'Cause
bad
we've-
at all.
We've installed all the other kits and found where installing some of the other kits frankly sucks.
Yep, I agree with that.
Made sure that we designed a blower that didn't have those same problems.
Or we go interview Jesse and we say, hey Jesse, we see that you just installed this Roush kit.
Yeah.
What made you swear the most?
Exactly.
Oh, well that was this, this, and this. And okay, and we fixed that.
Yeah.
So,
We have a big old not to do list
yeah.
and a to-do list. We kind of already knew what we needed to do with that rotor pack because we've been dealing with that rotor pack basically since it came out.
So obviously we were trying to have it, I think one of our main goals is we were trying to have it done and have it on a prototype out at Mon Nationals for people to see.
And technically we did.
We
It
did.
was just we
Right.
wanted to make sure that if we were going to go out there, we needed more test time on it.
Yeah, well, the problem is we got held up by SEMA.
Yeah.
And we had the blower, the first prototype, so to speak, we had it the day before Mon Nationals. We're like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
We put this on here and we're going to go out in front of all these people and
And we don't even know if the
We don't
trans is
even-
going to shift yet because we
Yeah.
haven't gone Watney
Right,
yet.
we don't know anything about it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so we just decided it was probably best to put some more testing in it before debuting it at Mod Nationals. So
Yeah.
there is other races coming up that you'll see it at.
R4, do you guys offer any headers to fit a GT500 swap 97 Cobra, or would normal GT500s fit? About to drop the motor in, I have a UPRK member. I can't really speak to fitment of headers with a GT500 engine swap.
No,
I
I
know that
can't.
dimensionally, it should be the same as any 5.4 swapped SN95.
It's got a taller deck height though. Oh, 5.4 swap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
any 5.4 swap. So weren't the headers for the Cobra Bassani? Like a custom set of Bassanis or something?
Now we're throwing back. Yeah, good luck finding them though.
No, but I'm saying from a fitment standpoint.
Well, I know
I don't
there
know
was
what
that
exactly was changed.
Boss 330 Pepito was doing all the 5.4 swap back in the day.
Yeah, if you go into the mystical world that is the internet or Google and just do some search on like old SVT performance or modular Fords or something like that, you should be able to figure out which
Yeah.
headers fit well.
Any
in there.
5.4 dual red cab,
I think
like a
you're-
Navigator, sorry.
I think your biggest problem is going to be mid-pipe.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you're going to have to do something custom with mid-pipe, but
To directly answer your question, no, we don't sell anything. I don't even really know where to point you. Coyote, yes. GT500, no. That's a bit different.
yeah.
You could always just leave the manifolds on it. The manifolds will work. You could always leave the manifolds on it and then just make an up pipe or a mid pipe. You could do that. So
So is the 163 monoblade original bolt pattern or Gen 3 bolt pattern? That is a GT500 bolt pattern throttle body. So that is I don't know the diagonal versus horizontal on
I don't remember either.
that. Basically, it's stock GT500 bolt pattern. So you don't need an adapter plate to bolt it on something that takes a GT500 throttle body. You just might have to clearance for the blade.
Yeah, there is that.
Bolts on just fine on our stuff, but I
Yes.
can't speak to the blade clearance on other people's stuff.
Correct. So check it before
Yeah.
going wide open throttle.
Yeah.
And having it stay wide open throttle by mistake.
Or have it burn up the motor trying to get it to 82 degrees.
Yeah.
Or throttle.
Didn't we
I mean, at that point, you'll
didn't
get
we do that
throttle
once?
stuck.
Didn't we do that on? We burned up a throttle body not that long ago. What were we doing? We burned up the 8 bridge on something.
Well, not the H-bridge itself, just the motor assembly. That was on one of the throttle bodies you were testing that had too much spring in it.
Yeah,
I
we were
remember
playing
it.
around with springs or whatever. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember Justin saying something like that we had burned it up. And we're like, oh, cool. You're not trying.
Well,
hard
now we
enough.
know.
We know we're trying hard enough now.
Yep. And Dan?
So, what else you got over there, Chris? Come at me, bro. Deep intellectual conversation. Oh,
Hey, it's a supercharger.
I hear a supercharger. Is that? Oh, that's that. The white one.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's that ace car.
it is a race car. I think that's.
Does anyone else like blower noises?
Well, we all know that the louder the blower is, the more power it makes.
It's mo better.
It's more better.
It's mo better.
Poor Chuck.
I don't deal with that stuff well. It's like, you're going to sit here and tell me? The guy with all the dyno graphs, you going to tell me what makes more power?
Well,
and what
like we
doesn't?
said in the tuning office, that means that a stock Lightning M90 Lightning supercharger is
Or
the loudest thing on the planet.
M112.
Or M112,
Don't get the
I meant,
lightning
sorry.
people mad.
That's the most powerful supercharger on the planet
Yeah.
because that thing is
If
loud.
you're measuring power by how loud a blower is, you're like 1999 is where your head's.
Do you remember when you used to get? No, I'm gonna throw back here. Do you remember when you used to be able to get the Magnum Powers case? Mm-hmm. So you would remove the rotors from the Lightning, and you would put it into another case, and it had no silent, those little air holes, the silencer ports, and it was the loudest supercharger on the earth.
Yep.
It was awesome. I'm not as ricer-ish as it sounds. It was
You like
awesome.
that loud blower
Like
whine?
it screamed going down. Like you
Well,
could
you
hear
can
it.
feel the silencer ports.
You could
on
hear
a
it
lightning
2
blower.
blocks away. Just
Yep. Yep. That way the cops just walk out into the road and wait for you.
yeah, you don't hear engine, you don't hear exhaust, you just hear screaming.
Yep.
Like the old 2.2 Kenny Bell used to do that too
Yeah.
back in the day. That was
Yeah.
that super loud noisemaker. You could
All you hear from the front of the car is E, and all you hear from the back of the car is blah.
yeah, because that and all you saw on the gauge was 200-degree air temps
Yeah.
during a dyno pull because you could fry an egg on that supercharger. So
Zach Myers. Oh, Zach Myers coming today. Oh,
oh, we like
damn.
Zach.
Yeah, Zach's good people.
I didn't get a chance to talk to him up at Nationals. Everyone
Dude,
was so.
you were a ghost, man.
As I said, it rained for 3 days and it was still busy. I didn't figure that one out.
Yeah.
I was still busy. So just constantly running around and bouncing back and forth.
Me too, man. I was bouncing around like a chicken with my head cut off out there.
Well, I was going
Doing all the
by.
things.
I was going by your place, and then my trailer, and then I was bouncing over to Rob Little's area, and I was over the place to talk to my man Mahovitz.
Yeah,
That's
finally
right.
got to meet your
I
guy.
got to. He is God to me. As I said from the beginning, I am not worthy to tie that man's shoes. He is just a god amongst people.
He is.
And what was
I didn't get to talk to him. I didn't see him. I was running around.
I talked
too
to him a
much.
little bit. I wasn't trying to bother him too much. I'm not worthy.
With your peasant talk.
With my peasant talk, I am not worthy. So, what was funny is I went into the RV and I was talking to Starkey about it, and I was going on and on about how he's a god to me, and I don't want to bother him, and I don't, I'm not even worthy. I'm not worthy. And then I didn't realize that there was a lady sitting on the couch, which was his girlfriend. So his girlfriend heard the whole thing, so she was over there just cracking up laughing because I'm going on how he's a god amongst men, and
I didn't realize that was his girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm not worthy to even be in his presence, and I'm not good enough to tie his shoes, and she's over there cracking up, and then I just left, and then later on Justin goes, that was his girlfriend, right? And I'm like, oh, okay.
Well then.
So he is still a god to me. So. He has forgotten more than I hope to learn. It's as simple as that.
Yep. He's been in that game a long time.
But I felt good because I said, he came by a little bit later on when we were looking at Jeremy's car, and I said, you ever seen a car lift the head on a decel? And he goes, no. And I'm like, well, I've got it right here that says it did. And he goes, well, that's cool. So I did something that no one else, that even he hasn't done.
13 Mustang GT, can I daily with a full spool or a locker?
Locker, well, so you can.
You're
going to break the axles eventually because if you have a locker, or I'm sorry, if you have a spool, it's very, very, very hard on the axles because it's a torsional twist. You're eventually going to wear out the splines on the axles. You will break it eventually. Plus, good luck trying to put it in a parking spot.
It's a matter of comfort. Can you wear high heels everywhere you go? Yeah, but you probably don't want to.
Right. Now, a locker is perfectly streetable. It will try to kill you in the rain, just like a spool. It makes a god-awful amount of noise. So...
Wait, which locker are you talking about? You talking about...
The Detroit locker. Like a true ratcheting locker where you're going around the corner and it's going...
What about a lunchbox locker?
That's different. So...
I mean, they're similar in the sense that a lot of lunchbox lockers apply under torque.
Yes.
So if you're out of the throttle, it's unlocked. You're into the throttle at all, it's locked up.
Yeah. Well, so to answer your question, a locker is, while not super streetable, is certainly more streetable than a spool. The best streetable is going to be one of your limited slips that has, a clutch pack and an S-spring kind of deal.
Yeah.
Something like a Mosier True Track or...
Detroit True Track.
Or I meant the Detroit True Track
or... Strange makes a something, not S-Wave.
Yeah, you're thinking
S-Track.
S-Track or
Something
S-Wave
like
or something like that.
Wave Track, is that it? Or am I
Wave
thinking one of
Track.
Detroit's things?
I don't know. There's so many out there. Auburn or whatever makes one.
For
Yukon makes one.
Most of the stuff we do has True Tracks in it.
They all have their own little twist on how they, no pun intended or maybe pun intended, on how they do things. So, E-Locker being the best, but they haven't really incorporated that
I still need
yet.
to get that figured out. Do I need a booster pump for the 2.3 kit on a Coyote Swap Fox? Currently running Aeromotive 340. It depends on what fuel you're running on that Fox. A single 340 will take you a decent ways on a gasoline-based fuel, but if you're trying to run E85, I wouldn't even try with a single 340.
Yeah. Let's see, Dorian L. Johnson, I'm late, but dual intercooler bricks. I assume he's talking about Odin?
I assume he's talking about Odin. It has multiple intercooler
It
bricks.
actually has 3.
Yeah.
So we have are we allowed to get into detail on it? I assume we can.
I was going to try to stay away from detail on it.
Okay.
Right now, I can basically tell you it has multiple intercoolers. I'm not going to tell you how many, although he's kind of hinted.
Yeah, sorry. Well, I
okay.
was gonna go into like coolant flow and stuff like that.
I wouldn't even bother.
So, but yes, it technically it has 3. So there, I already said it. Nah.
Yeah. And then?
And no and then. What
Yeah,
is
all
the
the coolant.
average airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
I'm still laughing at the thought of Joe wearing high heels all day long everywhere he goes.
He does.
You'd be lucky to see me in high heels. I don't think they make high heels in my size.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
I'd probably. What is a men's 13 and women's? Is that like a 16?
Dam's is red bottoms.
Right.
Them's is bloody.
Yeah.
Don't talk about.
Francisco Pagan, 93. So, I don't know, dude. It really depends on how far you're going on 93. For most 10 to 12 PSI setups, which is the max I'd recommend, a 93 on a stock compression Coyote, or stock Mustang compression Coyote. I'd say
like to
the
see
340 should be fine. A booster pump wouldn't hurt it, but
It depends. I'd rather just see a 465 in there.
me too. But you know, people like to size things so that their pump's the limit instead of
Yeah.
instead of doing things the quote unquote right way.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, a 340 is only marginally larger than a 255, which is what we had back in the day. 255 was good for
Running
about
300
400
horsepower all motor cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, try it. Watch the fuel pressure. Here's what to do. Put a fuel pressure gauge on it. Go watch the gauge. If fuel pressure drops, you need more.
If it don't drop, you're okay for now.
And you should probably let off if it drops. So,
Definitely do that. Coyotes don't have fuel pressure sensors.
um,
Unless you're talking 18 up or GT350, but then we're not talking old school Coyote stuff. We're talking Voodoo and 18 up stuff. So it's different. And then?
no one done.
No, we're in done.
What a good movie. I should go watch that just for the hell of it.
It's 2:08. We're already past time. Who let this happen?
It's Chris.
Off
He
with
keeps-
their heads.
We told him to send us. We told him to send us questions, so we can't get mad at him.
Yeah, I
He's
guess.
doing what we told him to do.
So yeah, if you guys have any additional questions about Odin or anything like that, make sure you hit up the sales and support guys. We are doing a
Oh yeah, we're doing that
special
limited.
on Odin right now.
Yep, and we're doing that whole the first 25, get the whole commemorative plaque kind of thing, which is kind of cool.
It's a little tchotchke
Oh
type
look!
thing.
Look! Here it comes! Here it comes! Here it comes!
So
You can't just put it on the camera.
this is the plaque thing that you get when you buy one of the first 25 Odins. Do we know how many are left?
We have sold some.
I do not know how many are left.
We have
I
sold
get 'em
some.
before they run out.
I think
Okay.
we have 3 or 4 sold at this point.
Okay.
Well, that was yesterday.
Well, that was
So
yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know what
yesterday,
we've
like
done
midday.
today.
I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, I
since.
say that we
I feel like
sold 3. We sold 3 within like 5 minutes.
yeah, we didn't even release the blower until yesterday morning. So California side of the country doesn't even wake
Right.
up till
So
noon
I don't
anyways.
know, but anyway, if you want to get one of these, which I think it's kind of cool to be able to say you were the first 25 of something. I almost want to say that it'll add to resale value later on, if
possible,
if
yeah.
you so choose, because you can say it's one of the commemorative ones for collector's value. I don't know. I'm just talking here. But
I don't know who collects superchargers.
I do.
Besides other manufacturers.
I've had
but
almost one of everything made, and that's the truth.
God.
I have completely run through ProCharger's catalog, just about. So
May as well.
I've
But
had
yeah.
P1SC, D1SC, P1X, F1A, F1C, and F1R, and F1X, all on one car.
That's a couple.
It's sad. It's really sad.
You could have put one of your kids through college with all those blowers.
Well, it's really bad when you call ProCharger and you just say, "Hey Sandy, it's Matt." "Oh, hi Matt, how's it doing?" Damn it. Right? So,
when one of your suppliers knows your credit card number better than your wife does.
yep. We're going to leave that one alone.
And with that, we'll get out of here. Make sure you hit us up next week. Burnout Box is on Thursday. You'll see a lot more stuff coming out about Odin. If you have any questions and you don't feel like calling, don't feel like emailing, we'll post videos for you. You can find out all about it.
Eat lots of turkey on Thursday.
Yeah, have a good Thanksgiving. For those
Enjoy
that
your-
celebrate Black Friday, have a good Black Friday.
Don't kill anybody.
Yeah,
Don't trample anybody.
Don't do that. We have a Black Friday sale. Keep that in mind. If you need help on prices on anything, reach out sales and support staff. if there was a time of year to buy anything from us, now is the time. Save yourself some money. And
These prices won't last forever because
they won't
pretty
last
soon
long.
Outlaw Jesse will be back to raise the prices back up again.
See? But with that, we're out of here. Have a good day, guys. Have
See
a
you
good
guys.
week.
Bye.